Alright guys, how's it going? I'm back. So, I think I'm going to edit the stream to just this part when it's done. I was thinking I could leave something that's a little bit more tutorial-ish for those who come afterwards and watch it. Even though I've gone through photo manipulations before, this is same type of idea, manipulating still images from the upcoming video brain cheat codes that probably is released by the time you watch this. It's going to be 2 days from now. And it's just fun to take some still screenshots in Final Cut Pro, combine them together, make some other creations. And I also recently got the Pixel Film Studios Mega HUD pack, so it's like HUD sci-fi type of elements that you can add over stuff. So just for fun, seeing how those would go in photo manipulation. So let's check it out, and we'll just go over what I did on this stream. So yeah, here's the thumbnail. So these are all still images over here, or not those. These are all still images from brain cheat codes. I have literally hundreds of them because I was trying to go find some of the best, and I made some prints. So first thing I did was try to put a synthesizer overlay on it. So synthesizer is a plugin that kind of analyzes the, I'm not sure exactly how it does it, but it analyzes the saturation, the exposure and whatnot, and generates these height maps. So that looked kind of cool. And they're just blended. I think I would have blended this. It's on normal because this synthesizer has alpha already. So that was just for fun. And then I bounced it, put zoom blur on the underneath layer, used the same image on top, which would have been this one, and used pen light blending with these settings to have some light coming through. Okay, then just messing around with the basic principle of the way that I like to do these. I do end up using a lot of pen light blending because I like the way that it shines through, but you just have to be mindful of how exposed you want the image to be. And typically I am going to bounce these and then re-import them and do a final balance so that the black point is where I want it and everything looks good, the saturation is where I want it, etc. So if you don't know how to do that in Final Cut, you can just go, lagging. You can just go to share, and if you don't have the current frame option, you would go to add destination, and this is where you can add the save as a current frame. And always save as a PNG. Do not save as a JPEG. You could probably use other formats, but at least use PNG or a comparable format that is not compressing the image. Otherwise, when you bounce it out, you're going to be reducing it in quality. So this one's just very basic kaleidoscope, again with pen light blending mode. Another layer on top. And when I make these, I don't really try to make masterpieces or finished images. I really treat it like a meditation. I kind of come through and just explore, and I don't expect to use all the images or them all to turn out good. It's all fine, just enjoying myself. This one had some synthesizer, you can see the height maps again. But a lot of the same principles is what I do. Keep in mind you can always reduce the opacity percentage of the pen light blending. There's so much more you can do. I keep it a bit simple because I know what I want, know what I'm going for. Maestro Roy Laurio, mega shout out, welcome to the stream. Probably should not interrupt myself, but anyway, it's all good. Okay, so this one was using another plugin from FX Factory Pro, Sobble Edge. So it kind of inscribes the edges of the image. Thought that looked pretty cool with that blended with the another version of it on top. M says she can't ever learn this. Yeah, sure you can. If you have a Mac though. Okay, this one I thought was pretty cool. So they turn out better when I spend more time and make more layers to get it more towards what I'm actually looking for. So another one with the Sobble edge, actually it's a copy of this, and then on top added with graduated masks that only, you know, it's only that part of the image for this green and this red, which is just an extra Sobble edge on top to make that pop more. Thought that one was pretty cool. And you definitely want to make sure with pen light blending you have to manage the exposures a lot to get what you're wanting. And it does have some type of dependence on saturation. I'm not really sure, but it does seem like the more saturated something is, the more it comes through with pen light. That was just a variation with zoom blur, but only... What I like about the FX Factory zoom blur is you can make some color channels come through, so that's green, blue, zoom coming through. This is red, blue. Just a random one. Let's see. Alright, then I started messing with these, like all these rings and reticles and things from the HUD pack. It's kind of just a cheeky way to use them. Actually, it wasn't on this one. These are all plain ones. So you can get as sophisticated as you want with these blending modes. I mean, short of actually drawing on the screen. So yeah, this one would be complicated to explain. Basically, it has a lot of layers that are just doing subtle things, subtle colorations. But same sort of principle. Another thing that was used on this one is a focus blur. Otherwise it would look like this. Very busy. It looks cool, but I wanted to make it more blurred and then bring in more detail on the top layers so that it draws your eye to the center. This one, just very simple, old school way that I usually do it. Kaleidoscope and zoom blur, and then pen light blending of the clean one on top. That one's random. That one's random. This is perspective tiling. Perspective tiling on the bottom ones, and kaleidoscope on top. So this is when I started messing with all the reticles and rings of this plugin. So not a whole lot to say. There's a lot of parameters you can do on these. I was just trying to familiarize myself because I've just got this pack and never used it. So the funny thing about these ones that I made is that they'll actually look different depending on which frame I choose to bounce, which is kind of cool. But you can affect all the parameters on those. I thought this one was pretty cool. Some of the DNA strands, just a lot of the frames layered. And the bottom base, you know, the base is still a screenshot from this project, but just with this Sobble edge. More reticles on top of kaleidoscope with a focus blur. More rings, although I blended it more in. This is more pen light blending with more light rays coming. This bracket and this triangle reticle. A lot of rings. This is a Sobble edge blending onto clean one and leaving most of the black in there so that I could add this detail. These are like tons of rings stacked up. But yeah, the ring elements of this pack actually work pretty well for making still images. And then, as I said, I'm going to come through and bounce these, save as current frame, and oof, I hope this stream isn't dropping tons of frames. Oh, no, it seems fine. Okay, sweet. Anyway, that's about it. Really just wanted to quickly explain what I did, because I'm trying to figure out what to do with streams in general. I don't necessarily want to flood the channel with a lot of streams that have a lot of downtime and whatnot. It's just hard to decide between privating the streams afterwards so it's a, you know, momentary experience, or putting it unlisted so it's pretty much private but people can still access it with direct link, or if they get the notification, or straight up leave it on the channel. But I wish it didn't appear under uploads. I wish it just appeared under past live streams, but hey, that's how YouTube is. So let me know in the comments below if you want to see stream highlights like this be public on the channel. If you like it, let me know if you want me to leave the untouched stream completely unedited, and let me know if you like the streams to be exclusive. But that's going to do it for today. If you have any questions about using Final Cut for making still images, feel free to drop it in the comments, and I do my best to get back to everyone. So, and if you haven't already, hit up the main video, Brain Cheat Codes, 22-minute audio-visual exploration, my experimentation with more visualizer, and gonna be able to make them even cooler in the future with these new tools coming in. Just taking a break from any big projects and doing some fun, casual image manipulation, which I'm gonna post on the blog, probably write some poetry too. So you know what it is. Stay creative, stay well, stay healthy. That's it. DPend out.